Happy holidays and welcome into TD Place Arena as the Ottawa Charge take on the Boston Fleet in both teams' final games before the calendar flips to 2026.
Game on in Ottawa. We're glad you could join us here on a Super Saturday in the Professional Women's Hockey League. Taken by the Fleet, who are 4-0-1 as a team playing at TD Place, a team that feels very comfortable here. Puck dumped in behind Frankel's net, taken there by Riley Bregman, who's coming off back-to-back goals and back at games. Take it out, here's Alina Mueller, in over the line on her backhand, a centering pass in front. Gwyneth Phillips has to be sharp on that, as taken back by Emily Clark, who leads the league in shots this year. Still looking for her first point. She would love to get going.
And Coach McLeod feels it's coming soon. She said she's getting the chances, she's getting the looks. One of them is eventually going to go in.
Bouncing puck towards Frankel. Shoveled in behind. Megan Keller in behind her own net. The Boston captain gets the puck to the line, and it's held in there by Stephanie Markowski and sent in deep again. Frankel is out of the goal. Teresa Schafzel and Maloney fight for this puck. Shepard's there as well. And played back to Sophie Shirley. Taken out and dumped in quickly by the Fleet. Brooke Hobson is there. Gobbled up quickly and taken back here by the Charge, who do have numbers forward. Shohina takes the puck in deep. 1-on-3 though. And Haley Wynn does a good job closing the gap there. Puck off the wall, a hard drive from the point. That one whistles past the post on the blocker side. Back out to the neutral zone and taken back. Mobley trying to drop pass. That was intercepted though by Kadyrova. Turned over in the neutral zone. Boston back on this puck, and it's right on goal, and Phillips has her first save. Last game of the calendar year 2025 for both of these two teams. They'll meet shortly again in January as part 2 of the TakeOver Tour hits the East Coast in Halifax. It's the first of 4 meetings between these two this year. Meixner for Ottawa battles for the puck right in front of the Boston bench. Savalainen pushes forward in Boston with Zoe Boyd, who is back for the first time as a member of the visiting team.
She did get a little cheer from the crowd when they announced her in the visiting starting lineup, so they're glad to have her back home here, even though she's playing for the enemy today.
Will be a video tribute for Boyd, the 25-year-old former member of the Ottawa Charge. This puck sent out and down the ice, so will be an icing. Shirley creates the turnover. Pass back comes over, shot right on goal, and hits some traffic in front.
A juicy rebound, but nobody home in a white sweater.
Right over the line for Manna McMahon. A shot, a stick save into the corner from Frankel. Comes to the point. Hobson unable to hold the line. Osnevich is back. Played overtime hero in Chicago against the Frost a couple of games ago. Quite the way to score your first ever PWHL goal as a OT winner. Ottawa's got to hurry back here. Hobson facing pressure in behind the goal. 3.5 minutes in. Stops in Ottawa, Montreal, and Edmonton today in the PWHL, so buckle up, fans. It's a big day ahead. Puck sent over to Rebecca Leslie on a 3-game point streak, unable to clear the zone the first time. In behind the goal, and it's finally taken back here from the Charge, who's just trying to relieve some pressure. Razova takes the pass from Clark, comes back in over the line, and the Fleet continue to pour it on. Cycle game on the outside. Rosonier, the stick that's been abandoned on the ice. Sonia plays back. Maloney goes down to the goal line. More traffic in front. More bodies hit the ice. And finally, Ottawa will break this out. Taken by Peyton Hemp. Going 1-on-2. And Hemp's shot slides off into the corner. Pinching Jocelyn Larocque, the 33-year-old defender, is in deep. Also has some help there from Gabby Hughes. Taken back by the Fleet. A backhand clearance does the job out to the neutral zone. Vanya Savalainen first onto this puck, and it's taken forward. A hard body check, though. Kadriova muscled off the puck there and taken back. And here's Mobley. The pass forward will get into Ottawa territory. A backhand play diving there from Ella Huber is stopped by Phillips, and once again the puck out into neutral territory again. Shohina's in, but Boston, all 5 players quickly back to defend.
Yeah, great pace so far in this game right now. I know both these teams have kind of been coming off some either on or coming off of long road trips, and you wouldn't really know that the way they're skating right now.
A hard pass forward, and Boston's Huber leading this rush. That stick still on the ice and gets directly in the way. And now pushed off into the corner. Comes back to the point. Long shot there, and that was blocked down in front. Taken back here with McMahon. 3 Ottawa Charge forwards racing forward, but Mobley on the back check did a good job taking that away. Zana Tapani will just get this puck in deep. Kruger, there's a heavy check there. That's going to be a penalty. Goaltender Phillips looks to head to the bench there.
And she's still down.
Slow to get up. Catherine Riley now gives up the puck, and this is some concern here for Ottawa as Hobson barely able to get to the bench on her own steam.
Yeah, she was kind of shaking that right arm as she got crunched up along the boards, and Ottawa going to take their first power play coming up after this.
Charge power play, second in the PWHL. Quickly hungry for this puck, the Charge are. It's sent in deep. Gabby Hughes will give chase. Rylan McKinnon is back for the Fleet, sent to the line, and it's held in there. And now Roy Gilday will try a shot towards the goal. Stick down in front. Puck is loose there. Frankel to save. Pass towards the middle. That was deflected away. Gilday takes the puck back again to Hughes. Tries to go down low to Emily Clark. Reverses this puck right through the crease. Slot area chance. Nobody home for Ottawa. Now again towards the slot. A pass that's well defended, though, and that's going to be an Ottawa penalty. So just as soon as the power play started, 39 seconds later, it's going to be 4-on-4.
Yeah, Gabby Hughes is going to head to the box here. We'll get the call from the official.
Ottawa number 17, minor penalty for tripping.
Lots of open ice at TD Place. Midway through this first period, Megan Keller leads all defenders in scoring this year. 7 points on the ice right now. Played back over. Wynn takes the shot, and it's kicked away by Phillips. Rebound comes quickly to Keller. 3 goals on the season as well. That's number 1 in terms of defenders, and right now the Boston captain will regroup. Puck back in the Fleet zone. Played over to the rookie Wynn.
They've got 12 different goals, point getters this season so far, Boston does.
Shot towards the goal, that one off a stick and wide. 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Good play forward from Wozniewicz just to relieve some of the pressure. Mrazrova also looking for the puck as well. There's a collision with Jocelyn Larocque, who gets the better of her opponent, and taken back again by Sarah Wozniewicz. Cuts towards the middle, shot right on, and Frankel equal to the task with a butterfly save and no rebound. Frankel is seeing the puck so well at the moment. We are in the late stages of December, but I feel that's a beach ball coming her way every time. Nothing's getting past her. A real tough test for the Charge here today. Wynn skates in over the line. 4-on-4 is now over, so it's a Boston power play brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. And Frankel's teammate on the American national team, Phillips, equal to the task there with another good save. Keller, smooth skating, drops the puck off to Wynn. Power play continues for another 15 seconds or so. Tapani goes down and below the goal line. Wheeler's in behind, centering pass in front. Phillips has to be sharp, big pile up in front, and now we've got some pushing and shoving here.
Both these teams like to play physical. We've seen that already through this first period.
Draw 1 here by the Fleet. Penalty is set to expire. Wynn will take that shot, hit something in front, comes back towards Phillips, and Phillips doesn't like the extra shot. Another Royal Tiger Towel, paper towel, power play, power through tough messes. Only 39 seconds on the PP the last time for the Charge, who will regroup and win an attacking zone face-off. It comes back to the point. Taking out Hughes, looks for a lane to pass across. Missed her intended target. Captain Brianne Jenner, who's at a point-a-game pace this year, tied for points in the PWHL. Mueller's got a couple of jailbreak goals in her career. Take this puck in deep and kick play from Hughes will kickstart the Charge. 30 seconds gone in the penalty here to Mobley. It's taken back by Ottawa, in deep and behind the goal. Clark hunting for the puck. Jenner is there as well. It's sent to the line and held in barely. Gilday, though, or pass off of a Boston skate, so back out to neutral territory.
Great pressure there. 2 penalty killers for Boston, crowding the blue line there, forcing that puck back out and making Ottawa start over here.
And here's the Ottawa captain, Jenner, in over the line. A drop pass, Rebecca Leslie hit Jenner with that pass that was intended to go deep. Instead now a battle 3-on-2. Ottawa with the advantage in numbers. Leslie's able to skate away from penalty killers, and now back up to Larocque. Played over, shot towards the goal. It changed directions and just wide of the goal. 40 seconds left on the second power play, and look out. Almost an opportunity for the jailbreak there for the Fleet. Now sent out and down the ice.
Well, great pressure a couple times by Boston. High in the zone there, forcing the puck back out, and that kills a lot of time on the power play for Ottawa.
Late stages here, power play number 2. Shootout plays the puck back to Larocque. Comes back. Fans calling for shot. Played over, and somehow that didn't go in. What a block there. That was from Wynn. Goaltender Frankel out. She might have got some of that as well.
Hard to tell. There was somebody in the lane. Frankel was sticking that stick out in the air, and either way, it turned from a wide open net to a shot that went wide in a hurry.
Need another look at that one. Dumped in. Ottawa first to this puck towards the goal again. The Charge buzzing. A pass from Vasco that rattled around in front. Taken back by Mobley, who's out of the penalty box. Makes a nice move. Meixner, though, cuts her off. And another battle now continuing in front. A lot of battles away from the puck here today.
I think we might see that all day long.
Right back into the neutral zone, and Mobley will just send this in deep. Good to see Hobson back on the ice, and this time Chalang will tap me off into the boards and just hold her there. Puck played around the side. Shohina unable to clear the zone, and Boston will try and get back on the cycle with 8:15 and counting to go in period number 1 from Ottawa. Anthony's pass is over to an open side taken by Boyd, who, while we were reviewing that 5-minute major, had our video tribute and a standing ovation from some of the Ottawa faithful. Here's a chance for the Charge towards the middle. And that one just rolling off the stick there. Kadyrova now circles a deep centering pass in front again, and that one narrowly missing the post. And Mueller will just relieve the pressure back out to neutral territory.
Yeah, that second shot kind of rolled off the toe of her stick as well, so a couple good looks there that she just can't get cleanly on net.
Ton of pace here in this first period. Keller is back. Plays across. Riley Bregman out to the neutral zone. Mueller is there, and Keller will quickly skate onto the puck with 3 Charge players there. Sophie Shirley watches this puck in deep. Icing is waved off. A heavy collision in below the goal line, and now a 2-on-3 battle again with Ottawa having the advantage in numbers. And Ottawa wins that puck battle. And the Charge will try and spring forward just out of the reach of Wozniewicz, and out and down the ice. This will be an icing call. Boston wins this draw on its own end. Vasco and Manny McMahon go to work. Savalainen there as well. There's room for Savalainen. Took a shot towards the goal, and Frankel down, made a good save, and now we've got some more pushing and shoving in front. Manny McMahon, no stranger to the festivities in front. Timeout on the ice, scoreless in Ottawa. Savalainen at the point, a shot that floats in wide of the goal. Taken by Schaafsel unable to clear the zone though. Savalainen calling for the puck, takes the shot off the side netting. Vasco there, bodied up against the boards. It comes free up the hash mark, and Branch gets it to the line. Not quite out though. Some good pursuit from McMahon. Still buzzing around on the forecheck. And taken back momentarily by the charge and now sent in, and both teams completing a change.
The forecheck has been so good for Ottawa, especially the last handful of games. I feel like they've got two players going in. They're moving their skates.
Here's Hughes in on a 2-on-1. Centering pass, scores! The trailer, Stephanie Markowski makes it 1-0 charge.
And that's why you always have to keep your eyes on that third player coming down. It looked like that play was maybe going to fall apart. She held onto the puck, kept hanging onto it. The 2-on-1 ends up near the goal line, and then the pass to the trailer right between the hash marks, and she knocks it home to make it 1-0 Ottawa. And there's that first period goal. We don't see them get often. They needed that one, and they take the lead here with just a handful of minutes to go in this first period.
Markowski's first of the season and second career PWHL goal. As Ottawa strikes first in the nation's capital. Less than 4 minutes to go. Terrific play there from Hughes as well. Looked like she might have lost the angle for a second, but no panic. Great setup, great finish. Blocker save from Phillips. Hartmetz puts the puck back towards Markowski, who's still on the ice. And taken back here by the charge. Back out to the neutral zone. It is Gilda. It is a heavy check there, and the gate opens. That's an unpleasant sight there. That could be a serious play. Good thing everybody's okay. Tapani is in deep here for the Fleet, who have not trailed a lot this year. 6 wins and 7 in regulation as the PWHL's top team in the early part of the season.
Yeah, Boston's only allowed the first goal twice this season, and they picked up a win in one of those 2 games.
Boyd starts from her own end, and it's shifted forward and dumped in deep. Have to watch these boards in Ottawa. They don't quite bounce like every other arena. So maybe some home ice advantage for the Charge if they can play that in their favor. Shot towards the goal. Phillips almost mishandled that puck. It's finally taken behind the goal. Wasnevich leaves there for Catherine Riley. Riley's bottled up there, loses possession. Shot again towards the goal. This time, Phillips is able to cover up with 2:30 exactly. That's Abby Newhook. Good to see her back in the lineup after she didn't play in Seattle. A 3-game goal streak earlier this year. And no ring in the doorbell there. Shot towards the goal. That went through a screen. Didn't miss by much from Wynn.
Yeah, that was a sneaky little shot. And like you said, Phillips didn't see that one. Just went wide.
Wynn has 4 assists this year. This time testing Phillips, who gets the shoulder up to make that save. And it's taken back. Mrazova with a little curl and drag again, trying to spring Emily Clark. Keller, though, a great skater, back first. Played over to Wynn. And up to Jamie Lee Rattray, who's from nearby Canada, Ontario. Loves playing here. 3 points in 5 career games returning home. Rattray is in on the forecheck. Barak is able to spin this puck, but not out. Taken back by Saulnier. Saulnier. Puck in deep. Clark bottled up. Mueller trying to find Saulnier. Saulnier had 7 shots in the last outing in Seattle. Was all over the place, Alexis.
Yeah, it was a season high in shots on goal for her, and just a handful of points on the season, but Coach Spar says she's doing everything right, and he couldn't be more pleased with what she's doing despite the fact that she hasn't gotten the points to go in her favor yet, and says she's really one of the most valuable players on this team.
McMahon in the neutral zone, good speed, able to elude a couple of defenders, now double teamed, and will just dump this puck in deep. Vasco gives chase, former teammate Zoe Boyd reverses to an open side. Taken back by Sheppers. Oh, there's a hard hit there. Sheppers got the worst of that one. Arms stay down from the referees, and Sheppers right back up. Played to Mobley, who's a 1-on-3. Good drive towards the net and forcing Phillips to cover up. Take a hit, make the play. Speaking of making the play, Lesnevich is able to get this one back down into Boston territory. Becca Leslie chasing after Keller and causes her to turn the puck over. Centering pass back in front, and Leslie almost rewarded for her hard work there. Just couldn't quite get the shot off. Comes back to Jenner, red hot to start the season. Played over towards the goal. Blocker saving a neat one at that from Aaron Frankel. Comes to Hobson at the point. Played down and below the goal line. Tapani is there. Also has some support from Haley Wynn, who's seen a ton of ice time here in this first period. Battle for the puck in deep. And that's how the first period will come to an end. The puck pinned up against the boards. Lots of shots for Boston, but it is Ottawa on the board first.
Yeah, fun.
Phillips and Frankel, the two goaltenders. The horn sounds. Let's drop the puck on period number 2, playing 5-on-5. Dumped in quickly by Riley Bregman, and Ottawa will hustle back. Taken behind from Larocque and moved over to Jenner. And the pass just over to an open side, and that puck could have been played by Boyd, so icing is waved off. Boyd is now back in her own end. We'll use the glass to get up the wall. Leander denies the first chance. This one, though, all the way down the ice, and it will be an icing call. 31 seconds in here to the middle frame. Draw one by the Fleet. Bregman hammered up against the glass. Boyd is there as well. Once again, Ottawa winning another puck battle in deep. Circling in below the goal line. Puck is loose in front with Frankel down, and the Fleet are able to sweep that one away from danger. Clark was hungry for her first points of the season. Here's Mueller in over the line. Plays back to Jamie Rattray, and she's taken off the puck before she could let it go. Deep with the referee scrambling to get out of the way, and a pass forward. Clark and Hemp. The dump in, though, is cut off and reversed quickly by Olivia Mobley. Good pass forward. Skating in over the line. Drop pass for Tapani, and that's right on, and Phillips squeezes the blocker up against that jersey to keep it out. Puck in deep, and once again Hartmans will try and start this rush here for the Fleet. Out shooting Ottawa, but right now the score that counts, it's 1-0 for the Charge. Gabby Hughes, who picked up an assist on the opening goal, will take this puck. It's played forward. Savalainen wanted to join the rush. Solny had other ideas, and Mobley, along with Sophie Shirley, were able to get this puck in deep. Not cleared by the Charge. Then back down low, opportunity here for Boston. Settling pass, that's defended well. Larocque is tripped up. Play allowed to continue 2.5 minutes into the second period.
Yeah, nice job by Boston there, trying to sniff out that puck on the side of the net.
More good forechecking here. Solny down low. Solny tries to get this puck back towards the middle of the ice. Sheppers is there as well. Battle continues with Maloney. McMahon shouldered off the puck. However, McMahon, resilient and persistence, able to stay on it. Might be a 2-on-1 here if Savalainen can skate onto the puck. She can't, and instead actually gets dumped into the boards. So a puck battle which is still loose out of the neutral zone, and from one knee, Savalainen plays the puck back, and now it's Larocque who will try and restart this rush. Played again by Vasco, and a two-hopper, almost like a baseball shortstop. Franco had to be sharp on that.
We talked about here some of the players that have led the way. You see Jenner and Leslie, two of the leaders on this team, are towards the top of the standings in points overall on the league this season.
Those two are responsible for 7 of the 17 Ottawa goals, including today with Markowski scoring. So yes, a little depth scoring would be welcome for Carly McLeod. There's a heavy check in the middle, and the referee's arms stay down. Sophie Shirley looks around in bewilderment there.
Yeah, she was already heading to the bench, so she'll just continue her trek there. Hopefully she's okay.
Over the line with Amanda Riley. In deep, angled off into the boards, taken back by Keller. The pass gets to the line, and there's another punishing check there from Clark. Schaffsel, almost like she didn't see her coming, went down in a heap. In deep, Hobson able to free it up for teammates, and the charge will break out. Hemp out to the neutral zone. Another heavy collision there with Riley McKinnon, who gets her money's worth. Those two jostle right in front of the bench. So the theme that we talked about in the first 20 minutes, the physicality, that hasn't changed here in the second.
Not at all, and with how tight checking of a game this is, it's probably going to continue the whole way through. And whoever can ride that wave of physicality better is likely going to be the winner here in this one.
Ottawa 1, Boston nothing. This is an intense puck battle in the Ottawa zone. Referees trying to keep it moving. Mueller finally able to find the puck. And below the goal line, comes back out. Hartman's wanting a tip in front. That one wanted to go. Second opportunity. Huber shot loose in front. Off of the save from Phillips. Still loose there. And Boston with 4 players. And there's some friendly fire off the back of a leg. And that allows Clark to get going here. Plays back. Hemp in save. Frankel, who charged out to cut down the angle. Big time stop from Aaron Frankel.
Well, great pass by Clark. Sometimes when you're a player looking for that first goal of the season, your instinct is to shoot because you want that goal so bad. But the pass was the better play there, and she makes it for a really good Ottawa chance.
Mike Snap had the puck for a moment at the half wall. Now back out into neutral territory. Savalainen's pass trying to spring McMahon just out of her reach. Sent back on a hard high shot that hammers off the glass. McMahon first to the puck. Ottawa winning a lot of these puck battles here. Nice little gypsy doodle here from Manny McMahon. Plays the puck over. Wanted to get it in deep instead. McMahon has to backtrack here. The last player for Ottawa to defend now. Mike Snow will take over in Ottawa's zone. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the second period. Play towards the middle of the ice, but a good stick there. McMahon, time for a change, was everywhere on that shift.
I just love the way McMahon plays. She's all over the place, clogs up lanes, steals the puck. Her skates are always moving. She's the kind of player everybody would love to have on their team with how hard she works.
Luga on this puck, trying to wheel towards the front of the goal. One of the Ottawa players, that's Vasco, lost her stick. Luga taking a lap wide, up and down, now circling the net again. Great puck possession here. Now it's Boyd, and a shot on her former teammate Phillips, and it's blockered off into the corner. Boyd is now in deep. Puck comes up to the top. No shot. Played over and in deep. Hard check there. Bregman looks for the puck, did free it up. Vasco still without a stick, and then gets dangled right in the slot area. Phillips down, doesn't know where the puck is, and it's chipped just wide of the goal. More Boston pressure here. Into the middle for Keller, who's got a great shot but couldn't pull the trigger. And Kadyrova is finally able to relieve the pressure, and Boston on a delayed offside here has got to tag up.
One of the best sequences offensively by Boston so far here today, just cycling that puck so well, finding some open ice, and Phillips lost the puck there for a moment on one of the shots. They come close to tying this game.
Centering pass, Roy Gilday, nice moves, backhand feed in front, that was cut off, and Rattray will speed back the other way. It's a 2-on-3 rush. Ottawa getting defenders back. Played back to the line, shot towards the goal, a heavy check into the boards as Wynn slow to get up. Phillips is there, and now Phillips wants a piece of a Boston player.
It was awkward, but the officials deemed it was legal, and we play on even strength.
Word is that the Central Situation Room looking to see if there was a penalty on that play, and we march on at 5-on-5. Keep an eye on Wynn, who's now standing up on the bench, which is an encouraging sign, but still in some pain. Centering pass in front, and tapping his shot never got through. Taken back by Leslie. Osnevich played over on the right side. Bregman takes her into the wall and pins her up there. Freed up for Jenner. Jenner's centering pass hit a couple of sticks and pops out free. Take it back into neutral territory. Brianne Jenner again. The next wave of Ottawa's attack. A centering feed in front. A good defensive play again from the Fleet. Huber will just dump this puck in and behind the goal. Riley is there. Takes a look and will go high off the glass back into the neutral zone. Sonia works in and once again taken off by Riley. Keeps a close eye on. Osnevich, backhand clearance. This one will come down into the Boston zone.
Well, we'll see how this game continues to unfold. I found that physicality often favors the underdog, which would be the Ottawa Charge here today. We'll see if they can use that to their advantage to maybe frustrate this Boston team, especially since they've already got that 1-goal lead.
Riley gains the neutral zone. Once again, there's that short hop, and that one changed direction. It's a couple of short hops we've seen now on Franco. Hemp in the middle of the ice, and just couldn't quite pull the trigger there. Comes back at a pass from Savalainen, forcing the Rock into the neutral zone. We're halfway through the second period. A 1-0 Ottawa lead on the first of the season from Markowski. Sent forward, here's Hannah Brandt. In over the line, finding the trailer towards the goal. The shot from Wynn. Good to see her back on the ice. She falls into that same corner. Wonders why there's no call. Bregman, left point, looking for traffic in front. Newhook is into the corner. Played back to the point on a slow pass and a drive there from Wynn, testing out that shoulder. Didn't get all of that one. It goes up and over top of the goal. Into the middle of the ice. Ottawa trying to clear, unsuccessful the first time. Razova then will use the glass and get this one out and down the ice, and this will be an icing call here against the Charge. Face-off coming to the right of Gwyneth Phillips. Stopped all 12. That 20 Boston shots, 12 going to Ottawa. Both goaltenders have been sharp. Boyd takes this puck in deep. Shahina in on the forecheck, taken back, and Mueller will lead the rush. It's 2-on-2, stops up looking for support, centering pass in behind Shopsall, who just a half step ahead of that play.
I like that idea. She got there. The puck just didn't land on her stick cleanly, but nice idea by Boston. Try to get to some open real estate there.
Gavrilova wins the puck battle in her own end. A pass forward in the skates of Hughes. That allows Huber to counter back. Rattray in as well. Same with Mueller. A trio of passes there. Finally taken back slot area. Rattray a shot, and that one whistling past the post. Not far off from the tying goal. Wynn is back on the puck again and in that corner. Spinning away from Hughes. Back up top, Keller. Keller will play this puck down. A back pass in front, and there's going to be a penalty, and they score! Banged in front. Mobley was there. And Boston has tied up this hockey game midway through period number 2.
It kind of felt like that was coming. Boston was getting some pressure, and the last 5 or so minutes, they've had a couple sequences of extended zone pressure, and here they draw the penalty but don't even need the power play as a nice little backhander out front. The puck kind of bobbles around. Phillips down in the butterfly, can't find it, and Boston makes it a 1-1 game.
Both Tapani and Mobley right on top of the crease. Looked like Mobley was able to smash that in. Goes for her second goal of the season if she gets credit. Had 6 shots in Seattle in Boston's last game, so another player for the Fleet has been all around the net lately. And this raucous crowd at TD Place now with a little bit of wind out of their sail.
Well, Boston's a good second period team, goal differential wise, so they tally another one in their favor here to tie this game up at 1.
Puck sent in deep, and this is barely an icing call. Boyd takes the puck, unable to clear it. Sent out by the Fleet back into neutral territory. Only unable to skate onto the puck, comes back over, and a shot comes in. That's taken by Frankel. So Mobley's second of the season from Tapani and Bregman. 1-1 in Ottawa. .6:35 to go here in the second period. Mobley's goal, second of the season, has tied it up. Razorova and Hemp trying to get this in deep. Clark is there as well. Tries to push a defender out of the way. Now goes for the body check on Wynn. Wynn has really paid the price here, especially in the second period. Razova takes the body again. Shot blocked by Keller. Second opportunity. Had to be Razova. Puck now comes to the line and now out. Taken forward by Kluga. Bottled up there and back, and Keller with some room to skate. And Keller, who leads all defense and scoring with 3 goals this year. This time we'll have to watch on though as it's played over, and it's Clark. Rest of the line mates on a change, trying to do some good work to keep possession. Finally the Fleet are able to thwart that, and Mueller will start the rush, and there is Rattray. Centering pass, Schlotzel is in, safe. Phillips, and the rebound shoveled off into the corner. And there is Jamie D. Rattray creating another good scoring opportunity this time.
Yeah, almost picked up another assist on the season. Beauty of a look there off the rush by the Boston Fleet. Another big save by Phillips. She has been busy here today. The Boston Fleet on pace to outshoot their average. They normally get about 27 or so shots on net. They're going to well exceed that.
And over the line, a drop pass comes to the middle. Gavrilova just couldn't quite find the intended target. Back out into the neutral zone. Shokina there as well. Back in Savalainen, makes a couple of nice moves. Anya Savalainen takes a bump from Mueller. Puck goes in deep, and now Vasco in on the forecheck. McKinnon is able to get the puck forward. Rattray to the line, but not out. Here's Manny McMahon, wants to try and pull off those moves again. First one worked, the second one did not. And it's taken back by the Fleet, at least out to neutral territory, but quickly turned back. Vasco in, tried a centering pass, and looking for McMahon. Puck never arrived in the slot area.
Yeah, defended beautifully by Boston there.
Markowski at the line, engaged with the battle here with Ella Huber. Puck again to the middle of the ice, and back out again into neutral territory, quickly back in.
Well, Ottawa and Boston each with grade A opportunities there on each end of the ice. Boston's shot got on net, Ottawa's did it.
Here's Leslie countering back, centering feet in front. Franco to save the rebound in behind the goal, taken quickly by the Fleet. Jenner first to the puck though for Ottawa. Comes back to Roy Gilday, and a shot towards the goal, and that might have caught Wozniewicz in front. Intensity once again starts to ramp up with 3:40 to go in the second period. Into the slot area. Wozniewicz towards the goal. Huber there to defend. Puck comes free. Misplayed by Tapani though in behind the goal. That allows Ottawa to try and come in front. Leslie there as well. Rebecca Leslie on this puck, try to get it back out to the point, and finally now the Fleet will relieve the pressure.
Yeah, last couple of minutes here, Ottawa's spent quite a bit of time in the offensive zone trying to retake that lead that Boston erased in this period.
Turnover here from the Charge. There's a chance in front, of that one rocketed off the post. Mahoney had the first chance, and the second one caught the iron that close to a Boston lead. Delayed offside here as the Fleet start to change.
Well, we've seen some good looks, some just missed opportunities, but that's the first pipe we've seen here today, and Boston wishing that one was just about 2 inches further in left.
Now to the neutral zone. Taken back by Mrazova. Chopped forward by the Fleet, who are trying to get back on the attack here again. Saulnier. Back up top to Boyd. Makes the move. The former Charge defender. Stopped by Phillips. Rebound is loose. It's off the side of the goal. Phillips down the puck and behind, but it stayed out.
Phillips challenged that so hard she was nearly in the press box with us. And was able to keep it out of the back of the net. That's probably one player she's saying, you aren't scoring on me today.
Couple of nice moves from Boyd, who would love to do some damage in a return. Played forward, opportunity to counter off the rush, and a shot along the ice is stopped. That was Meixner testing Aaron Frankel, and once again, speed to the neutral zone. Shirley stops up, pass into the middle. Vasco got a stick on it, and finally off into the corner. Phillips is taken down in front. Play continues on as the puck battle once again.
This is one of those games where conditioning really is going to come into play. Very few whistles. It's been back and forth, fast-paced, and not a lot of room to breathe out there today.
Comes to the point. Once again, another collision as Hobson surely got tangled up, and Ottawa will try and skate onto the puck. Riley, though, lost it. Shirley looks towards the middle. Thought about that centering pass. A minute 15 to go in the second period. Ottawa right now bottled up in its own end. Clearing attempt to the line and not out. Wynn holds it in. Sent in behind the goal. Rattray is there. Circled it behind the net. Thought about the wraparound, and Phillips got down with the paddle to make that save. A minute to go now in period number 2. Comes to Keller. Cross ice pass. Wynn. Watch that shot. Hit a crowd in front. Vasco did the job there, and finally this puck out to the neutral zone, but on this long change, Ottawa can't get anybody off.
Yeah, good extended pressure here by Boston, looking for a late one.
Schaffsel, shot, save, Phillips, rebound off into the corner, taken by Alina Mueller. All sorts of Boston pressure, another shot, another deflection, all sorts of traffic in front of Phillips. 30 seconds to go in the period. Keller is up top, back to Mueller. Back to Megan Kelly, who's got that great shot. There it is, shot, rebound loose in front. It was there for a second. Phillips is still down, can't see anything. Wynn, shot, scores! Took a deflection again in front. And if it's Haley Wynn, it's her first in the PWHL. Boston strikes late.
Well, what a period for Haley Wynn. It's crunched up along the boards, kind of goes off, not feeling so great. And then late in this period, with just 18.6 on the clock, fires it home for the go-ahead goal, and Boston's got their first lead of the day. And you felt it coming. That tidal wave was rising up and over the Ottawa Charge, and it was only a matter of time before it came crashing down to shore, and Haley Wynn letting the Ottawa Charge fans know, I don't hear you. That's what a good team does. They don't give up, and Boston, that's why they're number 1 in the league.
Well, Znavich maybe a chance for something late. Frankel, the stick save into the corner. 10 seconds to go in the period. Another shot towards the goal. Jenner in the slot. Comes over. Znavich shot. And Frankel makes the save. Almost a game-tying late chance in the second. And the Fleet will just see this one through. There's going to be some more pushing and shoving here as Huber didn't like the shot from Jenner. Erin Frankel, the best goalie to start the season in the PWHL. She stopped 16 of 17. And her American potential Olympic teammate, Gwyneth Phillips, in the Ottawa net has stopped 25 of 27. Both goaltenders have been excellent. Might be an early opportunity here for Rattray in towards the goal and puts that one wide on the blocker side. Just 10 seconds into the third period. A close call there.
It's probably going to come down to the physicality and the goaltending. Whoever can win the physical battle and whoever can win the goaltending battle, those are the two storylines here today.
Well, right now, still 20 minutes, maybe more to decide a winner today in Ottawa. There's a shot that's blocked from Hobson, unable to clear the zone though, and Boston, who won the shot category 12-9 in the second period, also the goal category 2-0 in that middle frame. Back to work again. Pinch down comes from Bregman, goes in behind the goal, a centering pass in front, Phillips down, where's the puck? It's still loose inside of the goal, and Phillips has lost her glove. Forced to put her hand behind her back. Now takes a glove from Hughes, so Hughes is playing without a glove. All sorts of equipment on the ice. Now the glove goes flying and the catching mitt back on.
Hughes is like, hey, that was my glove, man.
Still no glove here for Hughes. Still playing on, and that's enough for Phillips. As they've got all sorts of equipment.
Man. You gotta love it.
Here's an opportunity to skate. Znavich is in for the charge, angled off again by Keller, who now has 8 points to tie the league leaders early on in this season. Savalainen at the point, played to Larock, there's room to shoot, and a crowd forms and another good block. Getting over there, Shea Maloney.
Yeah, that lane closed quickly for the Ottawa Charge. Handful of bodies come into the lane and take the shooting opportunity away.
Sonya's able to get this puck in deep, and now can continue on the forecheck. Almost some cause for concern there. Comes back to Brandt. Brandt stood up in the neutral zone by Meixna. Savalainen there as well. And a whistle goes with the puck in the neutral zone. Gilday's pressured and takes down her check. That's going to be an Ottawa penalty. Goaltender to the bench as the puck is back out into the neutral zone. Touched on a delayed offside. Going to be Boston to the power play here early in the third period.
Here's the call.
Ottawa number 5, 2 minutes for holding.
Power play is brought to you by Royal Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. Boston 0 for 1 today on the power play, but it was a shortened power play back in that first period. So perhaps a full 2 minutes here, maybe less if they can capitalize. Or maybe less as well if Ottawa can spring something for a jailbreak potential.
Ottawa has one shorthanded goal scored this season. Would be huge to get another one here.
Right now, Boston in charge on the power play and leading in this hockey game. 3.5 minutes in, third period. Ottawa, though, on the PK, it's out and down the ice again.
And if Ottawa can shut this power play down, this is the kind of game against a team like Boston where that would be a huge momentum swing for them. Would be big if they can keep Boston off the score sheet here.
Played back again to the Fleet line, taken by Wynn. Her goal with 20 seconds left in the second period right now stands up as the difference. The neutral zone. Rebecca Leslie goes down on a solid check there. Clearing attempt from Lalott. That one cut off. Savalainen follows up, and the back end does work out to the neutral zone. Battle for Bregman has to hustle back. Wynn is there, and so is Mueller.
Great penalty kill so far. Just about 30 seconds remaining here for Boston. They haven't even gotten a chance to set up yet.
Bregman now will start the rush. A bounce pass over to the far side. Jopso will just send this in. Taken there by Markowski, and the hard clearance gets to the line where Maloney holds it in. And now Boston's power play will set up, working it around the perimeter. Shot towards the goal, into the glove of Phillips, who makes a save with 14 seconds left in this power play for the Fleet. Fleet came in today 5 of 18 on the PP. This is called as a hand pass, so we'll redo that face-off.
Boston number 26, minor penalty for a delayed game. Hand pass off the face-off.
Yeah, so they're actually going to call a penalty here.
That's going to take Boston off of the power play for the second time today. So 4-on-4 for a little bit. In fact, now it is 5-on-4 as Gilday steps out, bringing us to another Royale Tiger Towel, Paper Towel power play. Power through tough messes. 0 for 2 this afternoon. Ottawa would dearly love to strike here. Quickly in on the forecheck. Jenner sends it around. Their
power play's been getting better and better. They've got 4 power play goals in the last couple of games. They would love one here to get this game tied back up.
Keller, though, plays back to Boyd, and Keller will take the safe option out and down the ice, and it's a rolling puck that was really moving. Settled down, and Gilday will start out. Played over on this right side. Fedorova circles in, just had to go off the toe of her stick. She wanted to cut towards the front. Razova taking off the puck as well. Savalainen tries to bully her way towards the middle. Razova's there again, takes the puck, circles back, and now Ottawa's power play will set it up. Top of the slot. Fedorova up top into Savalainen and checked immediately. Just no room in that slot. Yeah,
nice job by Boston, quickly jumping on that puck and sweeping it out of the zone. Down to 30 seconds to go now on this power play for the Charge.
Fedorova gives chase in the attacking zone. Clearance does come to the line and now out. 15 seconds, that's what's left here.
And you can see why Boston's so good on the penalty kill. They're so aggressive, they waste no time, they get on the puck, they don't mess around, they get it out of the zone. And it's really hard for their opponents to get anything set up for extended periods of time when they defend like that.
Ottawa 0 for 3 this afternoon on the power play. A hard check there that takes Ottawa off the puck, and the Charge will have to try and get some momentum going. This is chipped in on a deflection. Frankel is out of the goal. Brand takes a heavy hit there from Leslie. Those two get tangled up in behind the goal. McKinnon is there, Glass, and back out to center. Played forward again. Riley will head back into her zone. Pressure coming. Taken back by McMahon. Provides a lot of energy in this Ottawa lineup. Would love to try and get back on the attack. Right now bottled up in their own end. Second chance, third chance to clear. And finally taken over here from Hobson. Good outlet pass. Taken in, and that one shoveled in. It's off the mark and into the corner.
Yeah, everybody was changing behind her, so she was in all alone against about 3 Boston Fleet players.
Might be a step for Jenner, but look at the smooth skating. Keller is able to beat her to the puck, get the puck to the line, and some good stick work there. That one from Mobley, taking Savalainen off the puck. 8 minutes gone, third period. Boston protecting a 2-1 lead on the road in Ottawa today. If you joined us late, it's the first of 3 PWHL games today. Stops in Montreal and Edmonton later on, so fasten your seatbelts on that couch. Hard body check right in front of the Boston bench. Kemp on the receiving end of that, taken now by Gilday. Gilday tries to enter the zone, just able to chip it in. Boyd is back, plays over, far side. Bregman's able to get that puck out to the neutral zone, and Mueller will see it through once again in deep. That's going to be the Fleet's calling card. Pucks in deep and then chase it down. Here's a chance maybe to crate off the rush here for Gabby Hughes. Left side, trying to center this puck. Once again, deflected away by the Fleet. However, not entirely. That was loose for a second. Frankel's lost the goal stick, and now it's off into the corner there. Katarova then stepped on the stick. That stick is still in behind the net. And now out and down the ice.
And that'll give Frankel a chance to go pick up her loose stick.
Job done. Frankel's got the lumber back in hand. Take it back out to the neutral zone. Morazova unable to skate onto the puck, but does have some help here from Emily Clark, and she will send this puck in. Check up against the boards as all 3 Ottawa forwards buzzing in deep. 10:30 to go, third period. Boston 2, Ottawa 1.
Another tie-up along the wall. We've seen a few puck battles in that same corner here today. Boston comes away with it. Already halfway through this third period, the time will continue to tick on this Ottawa Charge team. They need a tying goal.
Markowski, her marker back in the first, opened up the scoring. But since then, Boston has been in control.
And Ottawa scores a lot of third period goals. They score coming into today as many in the third as they score in the first and second combined. So they're no stranger to putting pucks in the net in this final frame.
Third period team. Here's an opportunity towards the goal, and it's just missed. Brienne Jenner, the person you want right in the slot, and just missed the top corner.
Oh man, what a move. Nice stick work to get some open ice. It just fired it wide.
Leslie wants to shoot a drive, and it's caught by Frankel, who has some traffic in front to deal with. The save and then the catch. And the Fleet quick to react there. What an opportunity for the captain, Jenner. What a stop. Frankel got a piece. Draw one by the Charge. Hobson goes in behind the goal looking for Leslie. Beaten with the puck though by Bregman, who bounces it off the glass, and Leslie skates onto the puck. Ottawa's amped up the intensity. A bat pass. Comes to the line. It's taken there by Wozniewicz. Back up to Brooke Hobson. Fakes the shot. Lets it go. Another block in front. Tapani did the job this time, and it's forward here for Mobley.
That's been an ongoing theme for the Boston Fleet. They've gotten in the way of a lot of opportunities for the Charge.
Fleet. Centering pass from the Fleet. That one countered quickly. Comes to the line, win over to Keller. Shot, rebound, loose in front. Good blocker save from Phillips. So what a great shot there from Keller, looking for that rebound in the slot.
Yeah, nice kick save by Gwyneth Phillips, and put the rebound kind of in a juicy spot, but nobody home for Boston, so no harm, no foul on the play.
LaRocque pinches down, keeps the play alive for Ottawa now. 8:30 to go. In this third period, the Charge trailing by 2-1. A centering pass, it's chipped away as all 5 Boston players surrounding that slot area. Nothing in tight. Andy McMahon will just spin this in deep. Basco there as well. In behind the goal, taken by Savalainen. Long reach, backhand pass to Jocelyn LaRocque. Played down, moved towards the slot area. Emily Clark played back to LaRocque. That shot just hit a leg and went wide of the goal. And another example of Boston doing a great job in the shooting. There's a heavy collision there as Sonia ran into LaRocque. Play turns back the other way. Taken back, shot towards the goal. It's stopped by Frankel. Couldn't squeeze the rebound though, and a fan shot. That one almost trickled in. through a maze of skates.
Great pressure here by Ottawa. Got Boston running around a little bit in their own end.
Razova got the last touch on that shot. These fans once again engaged with 7.5 minutes to go. More Ottawa pressure. It's held in at the line. Shot towards the goal, and a cool customer, Aaron Frankel, makes the save. Sent to the line by Rattray, held in, comes back towards the middle, sent back. Gilday wants a shot, and there's a deflection. We were saying in the break it might just be one of those goals, a tip in front or a skate. Sent back towards the point. Once again, a shot from the point. This one sneaks through a pad save from Frankel.
Yeah, that one got deflected as well. These two goaltenders are too good to get beat too often on clean looks. It's going to be something probably a little nasty that is what ties it if Ottawa can find a way to get the job done here in the final 6.5 minutes.
I was just going to say, that's a big if, the way Frankel has played, not just today, but throughout the early portion of the season. Sent along to there was Nevich, and just a play out to the neutral zone. Key draw won by the Fleet in their own zone. Taken back by Huber, plays over to Wynn, who has a game-high 7 shots, including 5 of them back in the first period. Scored in the second as well, and that goal remains the difference here. Chip forward here from Tapani, and Tapani will try and just play it to herself here, coming towards the goal, and there's going to be an Ottawa penalty on that. A takedown from Jocelyn Larocque, and she's going to sit for 2 or less.
Well, kind of a tough time to take a penalty if you're the Ottawa Charge. Going to be a big penalty kill coming up after the break. It's going to be the toughest test of the night here for the Ottawa Charge.
So the 3-time Olympic medalist will watch on as her teammates go to the PK. It's a Royal Tiger Towel, paper towel power play. Power through tough messes. Boston 0 for 2.
I think maybe if you're Ottawa, you even consider going for a jailbreak goal here. You need the tying goal anyway. Maybe you try to do double duty, get your teammate out of the box and get the tying goal all in one.
Jenner has won this year for Ottawa, the jailbreak variety, and that might be the calling card. Taken back was Nevich is free, in on goal! Where's the puck? It's out! Kept out by Frankel.
Remember that save in about 5 minutes, depending on how this one shakes out.
A game saver from Aaron Frankel. What else is new? On the top of her pad. Able to keep it out. Puck out and down the ice again. 4:40 to go in regulation. A minute gone. That was a play with Jenner in behind the goal. They got sandwiched. Sandwiched in between the goaltender there and back the other way. Bregman dumps it in deep, taken by Boyd, and an opportunity here for the captain of the Charge to skate. 1-on-1, maybe a 2-on-1 in towards the goal. It's off of her stick and then wide. Markowski in deep, takes a bump. Maloney facing pressure, turned it over, slot area chance, and it's just off of the stick of Hobson, who couldn't quite control that pass. 4-on-5, Ottawa setting up like they're on the PP. Shot from the point from Vasco. That's stopped by Frankel.
Like I said, they really have nothing to lose at this point. At some point, you're going to have to take some chances anyway. You might as well start now and see if you can make it happen before it gets too late. And I love the effort by Ottawa on this penalty kill. You wouldn't know they're down a skater with the way things have been going the last minute.
And now it is back to 5-on-5 as Jocelyn Larocque fires open the gate. Back on the ice, here's Mobley, counters back, a drop pass, Wynn, shot, looking for 8th shot on goal, and 2nd goal of the night. This time it's wide though, taken back by the Charge, back out to neutral territory, Keller to Wynn, and once again, Ottawa's got to start from behind its own goal line. 3:15 to go, heavy collision with Savalainen, involved with a couple of players there, it's taken out, play back, doesn't quite get to the line from Tapani. Another opportunity to skate down the right side, cutting in towards the goal. Where's the puck? It's in! Kadyrova with the drive! And the puck across the line. It's tied at 2.
What a play. I mean, that's how you drive the net. They're going to look at this in practice. Everyone's going to be looking at a play like this in practice. When you say drive the net, this is what they're talking about. What a pass by Hughes, a little give and go action, and then the drive. Bear the shoulder down and force it through. Frankel tries to snatch it out, but it's already over the goal line, getting knocked down as she makes the play. The coaching staff for Ottawa has got to be pleased with the effort there. That is how you do it.
One that sneaks through. Referees did have an initial consultation. This one's going to stand. Ottawa 2, Boston 2. Kadyrova with her second of the season, scored in Toronto back on the 4th of December. That's one she'll remember for a long time, and this place is alive again. .240 to go, and a tied hockey game in Ottawa rewarded for its persistence. This one tossed down the ice. Savalainen unable to beat Selny for the icing call. Ottawa bench doesn't like that. Referee involved in a collision there. Slot area chance in front. Boston buzzing. It's sent wide. A pile up in front as Savalainen took down a player in front. Hughes has got another point.
She's had a great game here today. I've loved the way she's played. And there's still a lot of time left here in this third period for something to happen. And you know Boston's going to be a little mad now, giving up that tying goal late in this one. We'll see how they respond now as this game is once again tied.
You mentioned how good of a third period team Ottawa was. It's been advantage Ottawa really in the third frame. But, as you mentioned, still tons of time to go. Play at the line. Mrazova would just send Tapani back into her own end. Turned over by Tapani. Centering pass in front. Bouncing around and just wide. A close call there. That puck bouncing all over the place in the slot. Now we've got a 2-on-2 battle south of the goal line. Taken back. Hit comes there. It's an awkward one as both players roughed up. Back down into Ottawa territory. Puck 15. Markowski will just chip this forward. And on the attack is Taylor House, who has not seen the ice much today. Getting a quick forecheck in and sent out and down the ice. And Markowski will start there. Makes a move, tries to come up the wall. Jobsel said no to that. We're now into the final minute of regulation. Both teams have led today. And we're deadlocked at 2. Bregman's shot. Takes a funny bounce off the end boards. Mentioned these boards sometimes have some square bounces, and that was a weird one there. And this puck back to the point, and it's back into Boston territory with Boyd. In deep, Bregman. Touch pass into the slot area, and Boston's out into neutral territory. Here's Mueller. Counters in, right side. Saunier. In deep, Joe Saunier taken off the puck. Less than 20 seconds to go before we're playing next shot wins. We might be playing next shot wins as Ottawa counters back down, play towards the middle of the ice. Becca Leslie tried to needle that one through, didn't quite work out. Pinned up against the boards, the fans counted down, and we are going to overtime to begin the first of 3 massive games in the PWHL today.
Regulation will not be enough. The Ottawa Charge with a late third period goal to tie it at 2. As you said, Matt, next shot wins.
Well, we teed this up as a goaltenders duel, and these fans have not been disappointed.
They're looking for a third straight OT win here today. Boston has not been to overtime yet this season.
Here we go. It's 3-on-3. It's a big pile up in front. Savalainen plays back. Katerina Mrazova leaves the puck to Rania Savalainen. Slot area. Pass down. Shot save. Frankel.
That was
caught some of the post there as well. A big-time push from the goalkeeper.
Absolutely beauty of a save in the opening moments of this overtime frame. I think we're going to see a few more opportunities like that before this one is done.
Mrazova's pass finding Jocelyn Larocque. Rebecca Leslie also on the ice as well. Been some magic for her. Here's Jenner. In shot. Save. Frankel again to the butterfly. Rebound to Leslie. Circles back. Hammers on the brakes to spin away from Shuffle. Back again to Larocque. There's time at the point. All three Boston defenders waiting for her. Jocelyn Larocque towards the middle of the ice. A drop pass to Leslie. Lots of possession for Ottawa here, and finally taken back out by Jenner. That's going to require everybody to tag up. 3:40 to go in the overtime period. Boston's first trip playing extra hockey this year. Jenner towards the slot, now down to the goal line. Tried that sharp angle shot, and Aaron Frankel razor sharp today. Another save.
But Frankel's been able to shut the door.
This time a key draw won by the Fleet. Shirley will leave to the captain, Keller. Played back. Shepers skates in over the line here for the Fleet. Played back to Keller. On a 5-game point streak, picking up a point today. Shirley, though, didn't like the look and will now regroup in the neutral ice area. Bounce pass, Keller to Shirley. In deep, angled out, in behind the net. Both players go down there. Keller trying to come out, and there's Susanna Toppany. Will take the shot, and it fooled Phillips, who just got enough of it going the wrong way to steer it wide of the goal.
A nice feed up to Toppany. She had a lot of space and time to work. Everybody else was down low, and a bit of a tough save there for Phillips, who makes her first big save of overtime.
Kept it out. That's what's important. Here's Toppany again. Charges down left side. Turns on the brakes. Bregman at the point. Plays over. Rattray is there and just got ran off the puck. Back the other way. Opportunity for Mrazova into the slot area. Return feed, and it's just out of the reach of Mrazova, who would have had a clean attempt at goal. Some hard work again from the Charge, and Ottawa back in possession.
Most of this overtime frame has been Ottawa with the puck on their stick, and here they come again.
Emily Clark tried the move between the legs, and Bregman would have none of that. In behind the goal, and it's played over to Jamie D. Rattray. Sees teammates changing. They'll wait in behind her own net.
And so much of overtime is about the change, keeping the shift short, making sure there's always fresh skaters out there.
Look at the speed. Alina Mueller busting in towards the goal. Save Phillips. Rebound loose, and Gwyneth Phillips has got it. Here's Wynn. Already scored this afternoon. Back pass forward. Comes back to Haley Wynn. Might have some room to shoot. Slot area shot. Save Phillips. Down in the butterfly. The rebound corralled by the Charge. 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's all that's left in the overtime period. Leanne Jenner back on the ice. Same with Rebecca Leslie. Would love to play hometown hero. Being an Ottawa native, coming in right side, shot, and Frankel doesn't want any part of that storybook ending. A save from the Boston goalkeeper, and Mueller again has a look over, has Shepherds driving in, backhand save, rebound chance, it's shoveled wide. Boston that close to ending it here in overtime. End-to-end action, it's must-see. Don't blink or you might miss it. 30 seconds left. Shepers is back. Shirley tries to put her head down, but a good stick from Savalainen will push Boston back to its own line. The Wynn has to be careful. Last player back. Long pass forward. Toppany has a break. In. Shot. Missed the net. Game on her stick and just couldn't quite find the twine. 10 seconds to go. Rosnevich already an overtime hero once this year. Busting in. Backhander, and she got it away as she was being taken down. There's 3.2 seconds left in overtime. Mrazova on this draw. Scramble draw comes to Clark. Shot right on. 1.7 seconds now, so they've cut it in half. And one more face-off.
I forgot hockey time's kind of like dog years, 3 seconds. It's more like 30 seconds, so we will have another face-off here, but that's how you draw it up right there.
This time there is no shot, and we will head to a shootout. We're going the distance today in Ottawa. Alina Mueller is is 2 for 4 in her shootout career, and she will shoot first. A left-handed shot. She'll kick us off here in the shootout. Mueller is in. Save. Phillips with the pad. Jenner 0 for 3 in her shootout career, but she's been red hot this year. Stopped by Erin Frankel. Back-to-back pad saves. Here's the rookie. Scored her first ever PWHL goal today. Will try and give Boston the advantage. It's Haley Wynn. Circles slowly. Now in the slot. Scores! Bottom corner. Pick to beauty.
Well, I love seeing the young defender get a chance here in the second round of the shootout. Already has a goal today. And she snipes at home past Phillips to give Boston the lead as Ottawa will now look to tie it.
Ottawa will turn to the hero. Kadyrova circles in wide. Trying to go 5-hole, and it's advantage Boston. Frankel to save. Susanna Tapany, another good shootout specialist. 3 of 6 in her career. Winds in. Saved by Phillips to keep Ottawa close. Katerina Mrazova trying to equal this shootout in. Wade scores! Pretty finish. Mrazova ties it.
That was nasty. And even the best goaltender in the game is going to get beat from time to time on a shot like this. I mean, she gets Frankel to go down on her stomach, waits her out, puts it up and over the pad, and just like that, we're tied at 1. Beauty of a shot.
Another rookie here for the Fleet, Abby Newhook. Will work in on Phillips towards the goal. Trying to go 5-hole, and Phillips shuts the door. Sarah Wozniewicz was the hero a couple of games ago in Chicago. Can she give her team the lead? In! Just wide. Frankel stuck right with her. Sophie Shirley, first ever shootout attempt in the PWHL. In with speed, and it's wide of the goal. Ottawa will have a chance to win it at home. Mrazova's already scored once. She's back on and has a chance to win it. She's 4 of 6 in her career. A real specialist. Game on her stick. Mrazova winding in. Lost the handle. Here comes Haley Wynn again as we enter round 6. Wynn scored earlier. Boston's only tally in the shootout. In. Backhand off the side of the goal this time. Mrazova will be out again.
Why not?
PWHL, you can roll them out as many times as you want. 1 for 2 today, and here we go again. Mrazova in, fakes, 5-hole, no.
Now Boston will roll out Hannah Brandt.
Hannah Brandt, 3 of 5 in her shootout career. Will work in on Phillips. Scores! Pick the top corner. And Boston's 1 save away from winning this afternoon.
Well, sometimes it's just about finding that perfect spot, and Hannah Brandt carries ahead and fires it home to give Boston their second lead in the shootout. Now Ottawa needs the goal.
It's Brianne Jenner, the captain, already shot once. Jenner to extend it. Backhand scores!
Nasty.
What a finish! And we're not done yet.
I mean, this is why she's one of the best in the world. Gets Frankel to kind of bite as she dekes right, goes left on the backhand, puts it up and over, and we carry on.
Round 8. It's Brandt again, just scored, wants to pick the corner, and this time, low blocker, no. This is Jenner, who just saved the charge and now can end it. Brianne Jenner winding in, scores! Brianne Jenner, the hero in Ottawa, and the Charge win. For Alexis Huss, Eilish Fofar, myself, Matt Cullen, and all our hardworking crew who had an early start today with the noon Eastern puck drop. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the day in the PWHL.